Hello and welcome to the second part of our post E3 coverage. Last time we talked about our top 5 best moments we thought. Today we're gonna see the cup as half empty and go with our top, bottom, worst moments of E3. So overall, this E3 was okay. This year was alright. It's okay.
It's kind of an off season.
It's a bit. There was some really exciting stuff, but overall, I wasn't that excited with a lot of stuff. Number 5, Smash Bros. Got delayed.
When I saw that, I immediately, I think I texted you. I was just like, did they delay it? Because I remember, summer, totally coming summer, and
yeah. But so, as far as we know, the Wii U one is not. I mean, if anything, they moved up the language, saying holiday 2014 instead of just winter. But it's October 3rd now for the 3DS one instead of just summer.
But it doesn't bode well because if we never had a release date for the Wii U version.
No, we didn't.
So if the Wii U version now we know supposedly holiday and the 3DS got bumped back to October, there's not that much time. Granted, most likely they'll probably do something in November. I'm thinking maybe mid-November.
Yeah, if they want to get it in time for like Christmas shoppers, November's good.
Especially with Amiibo.
Super beginning of December is possible. I don't know if it's the smartest move, but they might have to do that. But yeah, Smash Bros. Got delayed. Kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
But like I said in the last video, if it's to make the game better, fine. It's just a necessary evil.
My number 5, like my actual number 5 in terms of 5
right.
to 1. Arkham Knight. No Arkham. No peace. I tweeted that. My point is this, okay? Arkham Knight was originally announced for October 2014. Everybody was excited. Rocksteady is back at the helm. It looks amazing. The introduction of the Batmobile. However, just a few weeks, or maybe a week before E3, Rocksteady announced, along with a whole slew of other titles, they delayed Arkham Knight. And to make matters worse for me specifically, the kick in the pants came when they showed an amazing, immaculate, beautiful trailer of Arkham Knight during the Sony E3 press conference. And it was just the way the suit, the bat suit, I like to call it the auto bat. It looks like a transformer grafted itself onto Batman.
It's just a bunch of machine parts. It seems a little unnecessary to me. Why do you gotta move? But whatever.
And then he goes. He
just jumps out and then no loading screen. Just you're in the city now.
That's the cape. And then we see the Batmobile do this amazing. The Batmobile's a transformer too. Yeah. Apparently, it transforms into a tank
with very clearly gun.
I thought about that. How do you feel about that? Does that keep the character intact?
Not really. It's a gun. Batman's not supposed to use guns.
Anyway,
it doesn't matter if it's on top of a car. It's a gun.
Let's just speculate that November 2015, which is closer to 2016. Yeah. It's a whole nother year. And I understand, to be awesome, you have to, you have to let it bake. You have to, developing a game, especially a AAA title in this day and age, it's almost similar to a movie budget in terms of what is needed. I get that. Just don't show it. Don't tell me it's here and then pull it away from me and then give me an awesome demo. And
if they had announced it at this E3 and said, like, it's going to be...
That would have been, if it was a show, if they would have announced, if we would have gotten the trailer, if we would have gotten the Arkham Knight trailer and then some gameplay, all at E3.
Yeah. That would have been a good way to do it. They didn't think they would need a delay, although I don't know why they wouldn't think they would need a delay. They gotta just expect this stuff at this point, but yeah, it would have been a good way to do it. Number 4, no Kingdom Hearts 3.
They talked about it.
They talked a little bit. They had Kingdom Hearts 2.5 playable. Don't have a playable demo of an HD remake. I mean, it's coming out in like a couple months. I think like November or September. Is it September? It's coming out like this fall. So like, it's too close to it actually being released, and it's something we've already played. I don't know why you gotta just tease me with a game we played. I think they're gonna do something at TGS.
That would probably be the place.
But why not E3 too? It would have been nice. Or Final Fantasy 15. I'm also looking forward to that one. I'm so looking forward to Kingdom Hearts 3. So I'm buying.
It's been a long time.
It's right now the only reason I'm getting a PS4. That and Mercenary Kings. I want a trailer showing Donald, Goofy, and Sora running around all these cool new worlds, and then like showing like the new Disney world. Like this is what Agrabah looks like on the next gen.
With a beautiful orchestral score.
Oh my god, yeah. And then I want just like real quick, you see like the Death Star or something in the sky. I'm like, oh, they're adding Star Wars, or oh, they're adding Captain America. I want that surprise because they usually do something like that in the Kingdom Hearts games. Like they're adding Pirates of the Caribbean and Tron.
Agreed.
I want the next thing to be Star Wars or Marvel, and just way more Disney stuff too. Not that you get some of the new Disney. I want Pixar worlds. I want some more classic worlds we didn't get to see, like Jungle Book. Give me Jungle Book in HD.
My number 4 had to do more specifically with the press conference or lack thereof. EA had an interesting approach this year. You show up to a trade show with a bunch of finely filmed dev documentaries about what is coming. And I get that, but the cynic in me can say, okay, Star Wars Battlefront will never be 1313, but that's not what I'm gonna say, even though my cynic already said it.
Even though everyone's thinking it and it's true. Number 3. So there's a new trend of, in both the Sony and the Xbox press conferences, they made a huge deal that they're coming out with next-gen version of a game that came out last year.
You took my number. You took mine.
You did the same thing?
I did the same thing.
For
man.
number 3?
Number 3. That's my number 3.
Last of Us, Halo 4, and Grand Theft Auto 5.
The
crowd went wild, and I was like, why?
It doesn't make any sense. I thought it was gonna be like the new DLC. I'm like, oh, this is the new Grand Theft Auto DLC or whatever. Yeah. And it's like, we're happy to announce that Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming to PS4 and PS4. Yeah. But I'm just thinking, and you can transfer your files.
So you can do that in Saints Row.
I only got Tomb Raider because, okay, first of all, I'm a huge fan. I love the Tomb Raider game, but I'm not getting Last of Us. I'm not getting Grand Theft Auto. And the Master Chief Collection, the Halo Collection, the only reason why I'm getting that is because of Halo 2. Okay?
Yeah, because they're actually having the maps and all that, right?
It needed remastering. Halo 2 needed remastering. But all I'm saying is, specifically the fact that was an announcement, that Grand Theft Auto 5 was an announcement.
Yeah. It's just, is that what I was hyped for Wind Waker, but that came out years ago. It would be one thing if these were games. The Halo Collection includes games.
The time is getting smaller and smaller. That's the main argument here. It's not the fact that they're re-releasing games.
No, that's fine.
That's fine.
But don't make a big deal about games that came out last year.
Like it's getting smaller. Halo 4 looks amazing. Why is it in the collect?
Yeah, because you can't play it on an Xbox One. Otherwise, that's one part. You can't play 360 or PS3 games on the current consoles. And that's, I think, one part why people made a big deal about it.
We just have to send a message to marketing departments everywhere that this will not stand, because if this goes unchecked, do you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna end up with like the Evil Within, HD edition.
Yeah.
Next month.
Yeah. It's not great. Don't applaud them for this. It came out last year.
There's not enough time.
Wow, I'm so glad we're on the same page on this.
Yeah, we're totally on the same page.
Number 2, Conquer is not getting a new game. God, that was a kick in the pants.
It's funny because I remember we discussed Rare.
Give those properties to someone else in the company.
But no, it's just like they're literally just like changed now. They're chump change. Just put it there. He just kind of just showed up. He was just there.
Yeah, saying I'm in the game somehow. Like, well, I don't want you in this game. I want your game. I want a new game.
Yeah. I was ranting about how Cory Barlog, the creative director behind God of War 2, left Santa Monica, but I think I made the mistake of saying that he was going back to Naughty Dog. That was a mistake. I know he was never at Naughty Dog. That was a mistake. So what I meant to say was Cory Barlog going back to Santa Monica Studio. So that brings me into my second disappointment. There was no Santa Monica anything. There was no God of War, nothing. So I was just a little. I mean, it was bummed. I mean, it wasn't a deal breaker completely, but I was just kind of really.
Number one most disappointing thing of this year's E3 for me was the entire second half of the Sony conference. Everything post Grim Fandango, pretty much.
Yeah.
Did not need that. It's too. Why are they too? They fooled me again. I kept thinking, okay, this is gonna end now, and then like 58 minutes later, they're still talking about powers.
You know what, dude? What did you think?
That was a big, super close to my prediction.
I thought you were gonna be into that.
So here's the thing, I am super into that. When they start talking about TV again, they showed all the Sony-owned TV shows. Community was dead in the center. It was like they're talking about it. They're gonna bring back Community. No, they're not bringing back Community, but they are resurrecting the almost failed Powers TV show, which I've been following for a long time and am very excited about. Here's the thing, though. I don't want to hear about it at E3.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that at E3. I'll read that on Screen Rant later.
Not the place.
It was not the place, and that took way too long.
Because
Bendis just was on stage, looking like the Kingpin, talking.
He had a suit. He was very
good suit,
dapper gentleman. It was like a 3-piece suit.
He basically repeated everything the last guy said, and then went in depth without ever giving any real details. Just summarizing the plot of the show, and then just talking about how great it is to make it and how great he is. For all the stuff he's made in the past.
It reminded me of when James Cameron, years past, got up there and talked about Avatar.
It was the new that thing. And they talked about numbers, they talked about TV, talk, and then Uncharted, and then end. Like, if you just put that Uncharted thing 58 minutes earlier and then ended it, I think you might have had the best conference of the show.
Yeah, no, and that was
But that
funny.
whole thing knocked it down to like 3 to me.
Yeah, because that was the new president. That was the new president getting up there, basically trying to prove that he can deliver. He's out there, the new head guy, and I was just begging for it not to end because I was still waiting for that. I need that moment. Where's that moment? It's coming.
I guess that moment was supposed to be the Uncharted 4 announcement, but Uncharted 4 is great, but just saying, here's Nathan Drake isn't really much of a moment to me.
And more or less we kind of knew,
Yeah, that too. I mean, it's cool that the Ratchet and Clank movie is going to use all the same voice actors from the game, and that they're remaking the first one. That's
awesome. Yeah.
But you could have easily just said that real quick. I guess they could have showed clips from the movie. I mean, that was not necessary. You could have just said, hey, there's a new movie, and to tie in, we're remaking the first game.
Which I think is genius.
They could have just said that, and then it went on way too long. That
in itself, the movie and I think if done right, that could be
it could be interesting.
Huge.
But don't tell me about it at E3.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a Comic-Con or something. Too long.
Actually, everything that just said kind of segues into my number one. With IGN breaking the story that The Last Guardian was canceled, and then having Sony actually step in and say, no, and IGN pulling said article and to talk about it, I knew that there was going to be some type of buzz at this E3. I would have been ecstatic. I would have been like, there it is. Nicely done. Sony has committed themselves to saying that it'll be ready when it's ready. But the fact that they didn't mention it, that was the light my hair on fire, bang my face into the pavement moment that I was waiting for, and it just didn't happen. They didn't even mention it, so yeah. That's my number one.
If you had to rank the 3 main companies' E3 presence and press conferences and all that, 1 being the best, 3 being the worst, how would you rank them?
Like Nintendo, Sony tied, Microsoft, I expect better.
I almost had the opposite. For me, they're both kind of C-, and then Nintendo's probably like A- or B+.
So Nintendo definitely won.
I think they won. I've been hearing a lot of people say Nintendo won.
Yeah.
Nintendo dominated the E3 Twitter. 44% of all tweets about E3 was in relation to Nintendo.
Wow.
I think Nintendo did great, all things considered. I do think the way they did it is probably going to become the new standard.
You think it's gonna be a new standard?
Because it's just a really good way to do it. Because no one wants to sit there and watch people live playing a demo poorly. You know, they don't want to sit through developers talking on and on about their game.
That's a fact.
Especially if it's a game you don't care about. I mean, there might be a game you're super interested in and you love to hear that kind of thing, but not everyone does. So I think it's great when they just show, here's a game, here's the developer talking about what the game is, here's the next game. And then just show and then after the show, just tune into our Twitch stream whenever you want. We're going to be on there for hours doing all the demos, doing all the in-depth talk. And if you're here's the schedule, so if you don't like this game, skip it. Well, so that was E3 2014.
E3 2014.
That's what year it is.
That's what year it is.
So,
and this is the job nobody likes. I mean, no one wants to be negative. No one likes negative outlooks and whatnot, right? So we it's just constructive criticism, what we think can be helped a little bit.
Yeah.
But the truth is, we're all here for E3. We love E3. We love this space. We love talking about it. And don't think that just because E3 wasn't what you may have thought or all that you could have been, you realize that this is just E3 is the gateway into the year. So we still got what do we got? We still got TGS.
Yep.
We still got GamersCon.
Yeah. Even Comic-Con. There's a lot of announcements
Now,
down there too.
How big that show's gotten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's happening.
Yeah. There's still a lot more press gatherings for gaming to be had, but E3 is the big one and it is the first one really of the year. So
E3.
Yeah. All right. So that was all our coverage of E3. Please hit subscribe. That would be great. And we'll see you next week. Good night, folks.